Northern man has invented many ways to travel through snow, and now in the 21st century we have the electric fatbike, the ultimate machine for traveling in snow. Or is it? Let me tell you what I found. Living in the northern climate requires getting around in snow. Many thousands of years ago, humans observed that the snowshoe hare could skip over the surface of deep snow without sinking, and they figured out that it was because of the large surface area of their feet and legs. Based on that observation, somebody, probably in Central Asia, invented snowshoes. The principle is that distributing the weight of the body across a broader area provides better buoyancy in deep snow. Around the same time, skis were invented to allow travel on snow without sinking. There was another advantage to these long boards in that they were faster than snowshoes, especially downhill. Next, the Inuit invented the dog sled, allowing users to carry heavy loads over long distances with less effort. Then came the age of oil, and in 1959, a Canadian called Joseph Armand Bombardier invented the skidoo, launching the rollout of the snowmobile. But this means of transportation is not very convenient for city travel. But it took another half-century before someone thought of putting big fat tires on an electric bike to make it into a snow machine of another level. So I bought myself a Red Rover fat bike to see what it was all about. When winter came, I decided to equip it with studded snow tires and lower the pressure to 8 psi to provide maximum traction. Then I took it out for a ride. I found that with a layer of snow on top of solid pavement, it rode very well. And likewise on snow-covered bicycle paths. I use my fat bike a lot in the winter for running errands and for getting from one place to another in town. The combination of winter tires with studs works quite well and feels very safe. When there are no suitable bicycle paths, I try to ride on quiet side streets. I found that even when there are 5 or 6 inches of light snow on a paved surface, the bike is easy to control. And here we see that I'm still in control. In Gatineau, there are many kilometers of trails that are operated by the National Capital Commission. This is a branch of the federal government mandated to manage all the federal parks infrastructures on the territory of Ottawa-Gatineau. But the problem for cyclists, at least, is that these nice trails are managed for cross-country skiing, not for e-bikes. Since the snow is never removed, it accumulates to a great depth. As long as the snow is cold, I mean below minus about 7 to 10 Celsius, even if it's deep, it will support a fat bike without it sinking. But when the temperature warms up closer to the freezing point, pedestrians' boots sink into the snow, creating thousands of deep footprints. Afterward, when the surface freezes, the result is a hard, bumpy trail. Then, cyclists who have to share the trail find the ride very uncomfortable. Warm, deep snow causes another problem. The tires sink and lose traction, and the bike becomes very difficult to control. One day, I took my Red Rover to the Wakefield train rail bed on my car, and here you see me climbing up to the trail. It was just above freezing, which is very warm for deep snow, but I saw that the NCC growing machine had come through and made a nice even-looking surface, and I thought maybe the machine compacted the snow enough to make it hard, so I had a crack at it. The camera failed to start recording, but this deep, wide track shows the result of my effort. Another aspect of winter is the presence of deep, undisturbed snow. This guy found out the hard way that fat bikes aren't made for replacing snowshoes or skis. One day we had freezing rain, and the ice had enveloped the entire city and all of the countryside. So I decided to go for a ride at the edge of Gatineau Park. The freezing rain had laid a thick, even layer of ice on top of the snow. And with my studded snow tires, I was able to ride in full control. When I reached the edge of the forest right at the beginning, there was a very steep hill and the glare ice looked treacherous. I didn't want to chance it, so I turned back. Then, that evening, it snowed. The next day, I went for a ride, and here's what I observed. This is the worst condition that a bike can face in winter. Light snow on a layer of glare ice. It's extremely slippery. The studs don't reach the surface of the ice and are therefore useless. The only thing that might help would be chains. Here I scraped off the snow and you can see the hard, smooth ice underneath. The studs are only a couple of millimeters long, so of course they can't penetrate that thickness of snow. This was the only day in the whole winter when it was too dangerous to ride with my fat studded tires. Of course, the Electric Fatbike with studded snow tires will never replace snowshoes, cross-country skis, dog sleds, or the snowmobile, but it does have its place as a means of traveling through snow in urban environments. If you enjoy this video, you can support my channel by giving this video a like, writing a comment, sharing, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and remember, never quit cycling.